Okay, here's the scene. It's a stormy night. It's thundering out. Inside this old Victorian, beautiful mansion, there's an elderly gentleman, wealthy, writing up his will, and suddenly he collapses. So yes, it began as things often do, with a death, a will, and now an awkward bunch of family members sitting around an attorney's table. Inheritance is not just for the movies. Hi, this is John Marceno, and this is Probate Matters. And today, we're just going to demystify what exactly is inheritance. So here are 3 facts regarding inheritance. First fact, by 2045 in the United States, over $70 trillion will be inherited or passed down to the next generation. Fact number 2, most people unfortunately don't talk about the will or what they have intended to the next generation, which can cause a lot of problems. Number 3, there's always a cousin or somebody, a long lost relative, that thinks that they deserve everything in the estate, even above all of the heirs that the decedent had actually intended the money or the estate to go to. So an inheritance is what someone leaves behind after they pass away. So that could be property, it could be money, it could be bank accounts, it could be stocks, bonds, life insurance policies. It could be a Fabergé egg. It could be a hockey stick. It could be anything that the person who passed away, the decedent, left behind. If there's a will, well, it says who gets what. If there's not a will, well, it can get messy. So my friends, this is where probate comes in. So probate court validates the will. It also helps round up all of the assets and liabilities, in other words, bills that were left behind by the decedent, in an inventory list. So the inventory list lists both assets and liabilities. And once the assets are liquidated and the liabilities or bills are paid off, then the remaining goes to the estate's heirs. So here's the part that nobody tells you. Probate can actually last anywhere from 12 to 18 months and sometimes longer. I've seen them go as long as 4 or 5 years. So what does the time frame look like for a typical probate case? Well, 0 to 3 months, the probate case opens up. 3 months to 6 months, well, creditors are notified. And then from 6 months to 12 months, all of the assets and liabilities are brought forward, listed, and they are beginning to get liquidated and the bills are beginning to get paid off. By 12 months to 18 months, all assets have been liquidated, all bills have been paid off, and the court has been petitioned in order to go in front of the judge to get to final accounting, which will eventually lead to final distribution. So most cases take anywhere from 12 to 18 months. So after being in this business for 6 years in the probate industry, there are some common myths that I hear every single day. Well, myth number 1. Well, I have a will, so I won't need to go through probate. Wrong. Unfortunately, wills still need to be probated. Number 2, second myth. Well, I'm married, so all of the assets of my husband or wife will go automatically to me. Wrong. Unfortunately, in some states, and it depends on the states, that's not necessarily true. Number 3, my will is totally valid. No one would ever contest it. Wrong. Actually, I've seen over the years many wills contested, so make sure when you write out that will that you follow all of the proper guidelines and laws, state laws, as it pertains to having a valid will. Some states want it to be notarized, some states need multiple witnesses, but please consult your attorney so that you know that your wishes that go into a will are valid and we carry through inside probate. At the end of the day, the biggest mystery shouldn't be what you wanted to have happen when you're gone. So let's make sure that we have the will in place the way we want, that it's valid, and everything that you do want while you're living happens after you're gone. So what have we learned? Well, we learned that inheritance can be complicated, emotional, and even sometimes dramatic. But understanding it gives you power. Well, thank you for watching this video. And as you can tell, inheritance, well, it's not like it's portrayed in the movies or, in a sitcom or a 45-minute TV show. It's long, it's complicated. It may have some of the same drama. I hope it doesn't. But it certainly will last anywhere from 12 to 18 months and not 45 minutes. So if you find yourself where you are expecting an inheritance, but the money unfortunately is locked away by some of the circumstances that we talked about in this video, please feel free to give us a call at Advanced My Inheritance. We're happy to help you in any way we can. So call us. But if you could, also hit the like button down below. If you know anybody who's going through this as an inheritance or an heir, please feel free to tag them and forward it on to them as well.